kids. Hi. This is part 3 of our studying session for your 8th grade social studies exams. 那么其中有一部分就是有关于美国的 Constitution。我前一阵子became a member to this website, ixl.com。那么这个我订阅了比较多的内容，就是为了小朋友。这个里面有关于 government 还有 the Constitution， 我会 sample 一些interactive 的教学，还有简单的做题。不要花太多时间，也不要去侵犯人家的智慧产权，我就是稍微示范一下。所以这个部分我是先从政府的角色，我们是如何跟政府有关系开始。Although you might not notice it, you interact with government every day. Look at the list of actions that you might take on a typical day. Match each action with the role of government Match each action with the role the government plays to make it possible. 其中政府做的一件事是 Government creates and enforces rules about food. 订定食物安全的法令。Government provides tap water to people's homes. 提供自来水。Government builds and repairs sidewalks and roads. 修路还有人行道。哪一件事情是跟我们有关的呢？ You brush your teeth. 那一定是跟水有关，对不对？ Government provides tap water to people's homes. You walk or ride to school. 这个跟马路有关。About food, you eat your lunch. 就回答他说 submit. 他就会告诉你 terrific. What are some other ways that you interact with government? You likely interact with government in all sorts of situations in your life. Do you ever visit the library or go to the park? Most libraries and parks are built and maintained by the government. Do you wait until it's your turn to cross the street? The government sets traffic rules that pedestrians must follow. Do you ever buy things in a store? The government prints the money that you use. 钞票、修路，还有你去图书馆也是因为有政府。我们又要做题啦。Government exists for many reasons. In other words, government serves many purposes. The table below describes some larger purposes of government in the U.S. Look at the table, and then follow the instructions below. To keep order through the rule of law. 靠执行法令来维持社会秩序。Description. Government establishes laws that all people must follow. There are consequences for not following the law. So, laws help keep order. Laws help keep order. To protect individual rights and freedoms, government is supposed to protect and not take away the rights and freedoms of individuals. 个人 individual 独立的个人。To provide services to the public. 提供社会服务给社会大众。Government spends money on projects that the government considers helpful to society and individuals. Imagine that you are writing an essay, 你在写一篇文章 about some of the purposes of government in the U.S. Click to correct any errors in the text. Government has many purposes. One of the most important purposes of government is to keep order. Governments can keep order by establishing ideas 吗？想法吗？主意吗？不是，应该是 laws. This purpose is known as the rule of law. 对，不是 moral judgment, 不是道德判断 moral judgment, 而是 the rule of law, 法律来管理。 In the United States, the government is supposed to protect the rights and freedoms of individuals. 把它拿走吗？还是保护呢？当然是保护。Another purpose of government is to help society and individuals. One way the government makes society better is by providing land to other countries 吗？提供土地给别的国家吗？或者是 services to the public， 当然是提供服务给社会大众。OK， 我们来看一看，我觉得 8th grade 应该比这个要稍微困难一点。好，我们现在来看 the Constitution。The Constitution, Structure and Principles. The Constitution of the United States is the written framework or plan for the government of the U.S. In the following questions, you will learn about the Constitution's structure as well as many of the ideas behind it. Framework, 架构. The following timeline shows some important events in the early history of the United States. Look at the timeline, then follow the instructions below. 这个 timeline 还蛮重要的哈。1775年 ，The Revolutionary War begins. 美国的独立战争，1775年开打。1776年 ，The U.S. declares independence from Great Britain. 他们那年宣布独立。1776年，这就是为什么在美国历史上，他一直认定他是从1776年开始成为一个国家的。1781年 ，A plan to govern the new country, called the Articles of Confederation, is ratified or approved. 1781年，他们就做了第一个类似像 the Constitution 的东西，但是后来这个不成功。但是1781年，他们试着做了一次。1783年 ，The Revolutionary War ends， 所以跟英国人的斗争呢，从1776年到1783，打了这么久。1787年 ，A new plan to govern the country, called the Constitution, is created. 1787年，他们又再试一次，这个没成功，他们又做了一次。1789年 ，The Constitution goes into effect， 正式生效是1789年。所以从宣布独立到得到他们的宪法，过了13年。Using the timeline 就是时间的流程。Click to correct any errors in the text。修正，看看需不需要改正这个文字。The Constitution was created before or after the Revolutionary War？ 当然是 after， 因为是这个时候才有。可是 Revolutionary War 那个时候就打了，所以是 after. It was the first plan or the second plan for the government of the U.S. 是 second， 因为第一个失败了。Excellent. What was the first government plan like? 第一个失败的。The Articles of Confederation were written during the Revolutionary War. 在打仗的时候写的。People in the U.S. were fighting against the British king, a strong central leader. So this plan did not give the central government much power. Under the article, the central government could not collect taxes, had no king or president, had no court system, had less power than state governments. The plan for the government wasn't able to solve many of the problems of the young United States. So, representatives met in 1787 and wrote the Constitution. 因为那个时候在打仗，他们的对象是 the British King， 是一个非常中央集权的一个 leader。所以那个时候呢，他们制定出来的计划不能够收税，也没有设立国王或者总统。也没有法律，也没有一个法院的制度，而且中央政府的这个权力比地方政府还要小，所以失败了。The Constitution lays out how the federal government or national government should work. Which of the following offices are part of the federal government? Select the two that apply. Apply 就是适用哈，挑选2个是适用的。The mayor of the city of Seattle. Mayor 是市长 ，mayor。西雅图的市长是联邦吗？不是。The governor of the state of Oregon. 俄勒冈州的州长是不是 federal？ 不是。The Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. 最高法院的院长是不是呢？是的。因为他是三权分立的那个最高法院的法官之一。The President of the U.S. 是的。OK, submit 就是交卷。Keep it up 做得很好，继续。What does federal mean? Federal means the word federal comes from the Latin word fidus or foda, 我不知道应该念 fidus, which means league or alliance. Federal 的意思就是联盟或者是一个联邦。So the federal government represents the alliance of the states of the U.S. together. The Constitution is the document that explains the rule of that alliance. 你们应该都听得懂了。The first part of the Constitution is called the preamble. 这个我刚刚讲过，是序。The preamble describes many of the goals of the Constitution. 它叙述了很多规矩。The list below defines some of the challenging words in the preamble. Read the list, then follow the instructions below. Domestic tranquility. Peace inside the country. Tranquility 就是宁静的、安静的。Liberty 就是 freedom. Posterity, future generations, 未来的世代。Ordain 刚刚被电话打断了哈。Posterity, future generations, ordain, declare officially, 正式宣告它的成立。Match the part of the text from the preamble with its meaning. Text from the preamble 就是它的序的语言文字。We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, we the people of the country, in order to make the union of states even better, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility. 那应该就是 create fair laws, make sure that American society is peaceful. Provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare. 要捍卫国家，增进社会的福利。Prevent attacks from foreign countries. Encourage the well-being of everyone. 我们要预防外国国家来攻击我们，而且我们要促进每一个人的福利 well-being. And secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our prosperity. 确认我们自己的自由，还有我们未来世代的自由。To make sure that freedom is protected for us and the future Americans. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the U.S. of America. Announce and create this Constitution for the country. Okay. Submit. Terrific. Okay, who wrote the preamble? 这个开始有点细了。那么我当然想要继续，但是我认为 you get the idea. 这一个 section 呢，就是这一次的10几分钟，最主要还是让你们知道，就是练习一下这些学到的概念。OK， 我们下一次好像就剩下经济了。经济也是非常好的一个话题。Basic economic principles. Okay, I'll see you next time. Later.